Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. United try again to sign Gallagher, and Bruno Fernandes responds to the harsh comments about Cristiano Ronaldo. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. United icon Gallagher loan switch once more. The Red Devils are reportedly gearing up for a substantial outlay on midfielders next summer. Their immediate priorities are understood to be securing deals for Baleba and Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson. However, the club may also look to bring in a short-term fix during the January transfer window. A move for Conor Gallagher could well be on the cards if Diego Simeone's outfit are amenable to him leaving on a temporary basis. Gallagher was a pivotal figure for the Spanish Giants last term, yet he has found himself struggling to nail down a regular starting berth this campaign, having clocked up a mere 550 minutes across 16 outings. Consequently, the player, who is valued at around £35 million, has been omitted from the latest England squad. Gallagher desperately requires more minutes from the off if he is to bolster his selection prospects ahead of the World Cup. It would hardly be a shock if United reignite their pursuit. Gallagher is versatile enough to operate in a holding role, centrally, or as an attacking midfielder, and has a real eye for contributing goals. His tireless engine and aggressive pressing are counted among his key assets. A loan arrangement in January would afford United the opportunity to properly run the rule over whether Gallagher can seamlessly fit into Ruben Amorim's tactical demands. Should he impress, a permanent swoop could then be lined up next summer. Bruno Fernandes' response to the blistering criticism of Cristiano Ronaldo. The Portugal national team successfully secured their place in the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals after a decisive victory over Armenia in a qualifying match held at the Estadio do Dragão. This emphatic win not only guarantees their ticket to the global tournament but also serves as a strong statement about the depth of the Portugal squad, with attacking midfielder Bruno Fernandes stealing the spotlight by netting his debut senior hat-trick for the Selecta. The fixture was thoroughly dominated by Portugal, who faced an Armenian side attempting to hold a solid defensive line but ultimately succumbing to the relentless pressure. Fernandes was the key architect in dismantling the opposition's defense. His first goal came from the penalty spot just before the halftime whistle. In a performance of supreme control, Bruno Fernandes registered 2 goals from penalty kicks, the second arriving in the 72nd minute. His third goal was scored in the 51st minute following a precise pass from Goncalo Ramos, showcasing a brilliant combination of midfield creativity and clinical finishing. His stellar performance was further accentuated when he was handed the captain's armband after Bernardo Silva was substituted in the 56th minute. Wearing the armband, he commanded the side with complete authority. These 3 goals bring Bruno's overall tally to 28 goals and 24 assists for the Portugal national team across all competitions. The absence of the team's superstar and main captain, Cristiano Ronaldo, who was serving a suspension, ultimately opened the stage for Fernandes to impress. The Manchester United star perfectly stepped into the leadership role in the attack and delivered an outstanding performance, guiding Portugal to a major victory and their World Cup qualification berth. Fernandes acted as Portugal's engine room throughout the 90 minutes. He consistently dropped deep to collect the ball, linking the defense with the attack, before unleashing quick, vertical passes. His fluid movement and tactical awareness ensured Portugal's offensive machine never stalled, making the midfield an area of complete Portuguese control. Statistically, Bruno Fernandes' performance was truly world-class. He was rightly named man of the match owing to his high effectiveness and creativity. He was recorded as creating a total of 8 golden opportunities for his teammates during the match, maintaining a passing accuracy of 85% across the entire game. Following his extraordinary display, Bruno Fernandes offered his assessment of his personal performance. He explained that he felt he had played games that were far more complete than this one, with the key distinction being that on this occasion, he was on the score sheet, unlike others. He remarked that when a player scores, it invariably grabs attention, features in the newspapers, and becomes a talking point, though he stressed that this was not his primary objective. He acknowledged his role as a player capable of providing goals, assists, and creating chances for the national team, noting that his current position involves a different function, moving closer to the striker and ensuring more players occupying the penalty area. Beyond discussing his own display, the 31-year-old playmaker was also asked to comment on the popular notion that Portugal might perform better without the presence of Cristiano Ronaldo. He admitted he was not surprised at all to receive such a sensitive inquiry after the game, given the comprehensive dominance displayed by the team in the veteran star's absence. However, Bruno Fernandes staunchly refuted the suggestion, firmly asserting the magnitude of Ronaldo's contribution to the squad throughout the qualifying rounds. He acknowledged the inevitable public discussion, but pointed out that Ronaldo had scored a lot of goals for the team in the campaign. Fernandes then made it clear that Ronaldo brings elements to the squad that no other player can, while conversely, other players contribute things that Cristiano cannot, thus emphasizing that every player has a unique, complementary role within the squad. Meanwhile, despite being unable to play on the pitch, Cristiano Ronaldo did not miss the opportunity to celebrate Portugal's World Cup qualification success. Through a post on his personal Instagram account, the Al Nassr superstar conveyed his support and delight. This victory collectively marks a significant moment for Portugal, allowing them to look ahead to the tournament with high optimism. Rashford accepts major pay cut for permanent Barcelona switch. Marcus Rashford appears poised to finalize a permanent move to Barcelona, marking what looks set to be the conclusion of another protracted saga involving a key Manchester United player. The latest reports lay out the specifics of the situation in clear detail, suggesting that the English forward is wholly committed to making his temporary switch to the Catalan Giants a long-term reality. Rashford's loan spell at the Camp Nou has been a resounding success, surpassing the expectations of many pundits and supporters alike. His stellar performances since the arrival of manager Hansi Flick have provided ample justification for a complete severance of ties with Old Trafford. The 28-year-old has delivered consistently strong displays across both La Liga fixtures and the UEFA Champions League, significantly bolstering his case for a sustained career in Spain. The forward standing within the Manchester United squad has visibly diminished since the appointment of Ruben Amorim as manager. This shift in pecking order has convinced Rashford that a clean break is preferable to a protracted battle for a place in the starting 11. Ultimately, the decision seems a pragmatic one for a player seeking both stability and a fresh stage on which to perform. Crucially, however, Rashford must agree to a substantial reduction in his weekly earnings before Barcelona can officially sanction the transfer. Reports, citing insider claims from football finance analyst Winus, suggest that the forward's weekly pay will plummet from approximately £300,000 to around £175,000. Despite the significant financial hit, it is understood that Rashford remains willing to accept the terms. Winus suggests that the structure of contracts typically offered by Spanish clubs often helps to soften the blow of such a wage cut, making the overall package more palatable for high-profile arrivals. Rashford looks like a player reborn in Barcelona, and his resurgence appears rooted in more than just a simple change of scenery. He has been integrated into an attacking system that grants him the spatial freedom to exploit his primary attributes. He has immediately capitalized on this liberty, using sharp bursts of speed to constantly stretch opposing backlines. Manager Hansi Flick has afforded the Englishman a stable attacking framework that actively encourages direct, forward-thinking movement. Rashford has responded with the kind of confidence and assurance that had notably evaporated during his turbulent final months at Manchester United. Furthermore, the more open rhythm of La Liga has provided clearer, more inviting channels for him to attack, a luxury often missing in the intensely rigid Premier League. Flick's long-standing admiration for Rashford's specific strengths has created a new perfect fit, enabling the 28-year-old to play with sharper instincts and improved timing. In stark contrast, his game was arguably stifled by the rigid setup imposed by Ruben Amorim back at Old Trafford, a factor which subsequently chipped away at his once unshakable confidence. With United's attack now heavily stocked with new arrivals such as Brian Buemo, Mateus Cunha, and Benjamin Sesko, and the club also reportedly still pursuing Antoine Semenyo, Rashford finds himself decidedly outside the core group. The prospect of a lower wage doesn't appear to deter him, as Barcelona offers the ideal tempo, clarity, and belief he needs, a path he seems determined to follow while this feeling of renewal persists. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.